I'll just turn the light on there. Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm just in the office here. We're just getting tomorrow's work sorted out after last time we finished mulching our field. But I'm going to pick up a couple of jobs. Field 1, which is our neighbours. So they've got a job for us to do there for $718. And then field 23, which is just around the corner as well. We're going to take that one as well. So I'm going to accept that contract. I don't need the gear because we're just going to use our own gear anyway. Now I could accept one of these big harvesting jobs down here. We'll see how we're getting on later on. But these two are just tasty little ones around the corner. Shouldn't take too long. And in fact, I could probably just get Gary or Rachel to help out while we start working on our field and getting the final preps done on that as well. So I've accepted those two jobs, field 1 and 23. So field 1, which is just the front yard of the neighbours, and then field 23 up here. I think that's canola and I think that's sorghum, or it's the other way around. Sorghum? That one's sorghum and that one's canola. There you go. Both of which our headers should be able to do fine. So that's not a drama at all. Right, with our field prep, we still need to cultivate that one. It's got some weeds growing in it, but the cultivator should take care of that momentarily, but they will grow back. Then we're going to fertilize both fields at once as well. That won't take very long as well. So we may as well go lights off in the office here, and we may as well have a sleep because it is 7 o'clock in the afternoon, or in the evening, I should say. So we can have a bit of a sleep, I think, now. Let's do it. Sleep to 8. 8's a good start, I think. 9 is the kickover for all the new products to be sold in the store, but we can't afford anything anyway. But if something does come up that's worth our while, it's almost worth, you know, taking a bit of a loan. What's this thing here? It's a tedder. We don't have a tedder. It's worth $12,000, so can't really afford that. How good would that truck be? We don't even really need a truck at the moment either. We've got, I mean, a truck down the track will be good. Shut the front door. But totally unnecessary, I think. Right, how are we looking for fuel-wise in this? Everything should be good. We've got enough fuel and stuff in it as well, I think. I'm using my different steering wheel setup today, so everything's a little bit dodgy. And the good thing about this setup is my Logitech one. It does actually have power steering in the actual... what's going on here? Why are we struggling? Yeah, the actual steering wheel actually has power steering, so the actual wheel snaps back like power steering does. We can just cut straight through here because it hasn't been sewn. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes. The force feedback on it is massively heavy compared to what I'm used to, and I'm not really worried about that. I'm actually really enjoying that, to be honest. Let's go that way. Down here, through the yard. Nothing but net. Not exactly, but you get what I mean. We could open that gate up, but we don't need to, and we can come straight through here as well. Well, I hope you've all had a lovely week away from the farm. I know that I, every day, want to get on here and play, but I've just got so many other games and things happening at the moment. It's Next Fest as well at the moment on Steam, so we are playing Manalords. Ooh, that's a bit of fun. Right, now I'm thinking if we do a bit of a header, I could probably set Gary off on this one, couldn't I? Maybe. We'll see. While maybe I'll just do the runs myself with the actual trailer and tractor. We'll see anyway, I guess. Makes no difference. And this is, so it's canola. I don't think this enables straw swath. Is that a thing? Straw swath is not available with this one. Okay, yeah, well that's fair enough. That is fair enough, I guess. It was just a nicety. I thought maybe we could grab a couple of bales out of it as well. Right, there we go. Chew all that up for us, please. Lovely. Hey? Let's go a bit of this cockpit view. I do like the cockpit view when I'm harvesting. You can get a really good sense for the field size, and you can also keep a good vision on your header, which I really love about it, actually. Okay. Well, we want to swing tight there. Ooh, yeah, look at that. We'll do a head around the whole field to start with. How's the hopper? Hopper's filling up pretty quick. And I need to check where we've got to take this stuff to. But either way, if I kind of get them started and get a couple of good strips each end, then I can set one of the gang off to... or we can just do it all ourselves, to be honest. Makes no difference. It really is just a couple of quick, easy jobs. A bit of extra cash in our back pocket because we are down to 1,023. You can see that for yourself. Whoa, bit of stuttery there. Mr. Stuttery. I did clear the shader cache too before I started, so it might be just rejig and reloading things a little bit, but it is a little bit funny there, and not funny. Right, we'll come around here through their hedge. It's got a good turning circle on it. I'll give you the hot tip. Okay. Get a couple of more strips up and down each end, and that will allow for a bit of clearance. Could just save the trouble and do these jobs myself, to be honest, really, and then we don't have to pay anyone to do it. I do feel bad for Gary and Rachel though, not giving them any work to give them some money in their back pocket, you know, because they do get paid by the hour, contract work. Okay. Mind you, I don't think this will take us very long anyway. So once we get through this harvesting today, we'll decide if we'll have a look at the jobs board, see if there's any other jobs nearby available or something that might tickle our fancy. See if we had a bigger field to harvest that was square, I'd probably consider doing it with these two. But considering that a lot of the fields that need harvesting are kind of weird shapes, it takes too long to kind of get them set up in a way that they can harvest it freely without having to micromanage them all the time. Right, and where are we sending this to? We are sending it to the GCHB grain elevator and the grain mill. Right, well, where are they actually? That's the GCHB, and where's the grain mill? That's a new one. That's the rail silo, sawmill, Debris, biomass heating, biogas plant, sugar mill, grain mill. Okay, it's right down there. Right, so there's that field 23 that needs that one. Field 23 grain mill and field 1 the GCHB. Okay, well that's fairly easy. Alright gang, well fairly quick and straightforward today. I'm going to roll the intro, and then when we come back it's go time with the music, and we'll get some harvesting completed and done, and a bit of cash in the back pocket. We'll check our products too. We might have some product stuff we need to get sorted out also. I've got to be honest, using a steering wheel with force feedback and it centers back, so it automatically centers the wheel back to the center, like power steering does, makes this driving business so much easier in this game. I don't have to try and nitpick center it myself, you know, which made things quite hard a lot of the time. Right. You could see before we unloaded our first load into the trailer and it was just to the side of it. It looked a little bit funny. Not quite right, but we should be right here. Like, look at that. Beautiful. Right. And then as we get the harvester started up at field 23, we'll do the headlands. Then we'll come back and take that load of sunflower seed. Is it sunflower seed or sunflower? No, canola, isn't it? What am I saying? Sunflower. It's canola. We'll take that load of canola. Which way are we going? Beacons? Left. Yeah, we'll take that load of canola up to the GCHB. Then what we'll do is we'll come back and take over the harvesting. But if I put Gary or Rachel in it just intermittently after I get it started, it means we can kick along with getting this job done and out. Watch out, dear! Look at it, it's a race! Oh! You've managed to magically go through that fence. Maybe the fence had a hole in it. Let's go with that. Okay, I'm actually going to pull in here. Sorry, beacon's off. And I'm going to start with this corner of the headland right here. So I'm going to do a couple of headlands up and back, maybe 2 at each end, potentially. And, yeah, I think 2 at each end should do it. So this is the sorghum. Much like we had our own sorghum field. And, it should be quick and painless for this job as well. Right, we might just... Whoa. We'll do a spinner just here. Watching out for the traffic, of course. I don't know if this is 2-way or 1-way. You can see here on my steering wheel, actually it's a good indication. You can see when I let go of the steering wheel, watch what happens. See, it just snaps back into place. I'm just letting go, much like a regular car does. So that's pretty cool to see. I like that. I've been using antiquated steering wheel on here, like it's my second backup one I normally use. This is the actual steering wheel setup I have on a rig, on an actual sim rig that I use for a bit of car racing stuff. Okay, we might have to do a U-turn in their field. I'll do one more here just because there's a tree and the road there, and I don't want to have any altercations between anyone and my workers. I don't want to be getting a phone call while I'm at the granary. Granary? Saying, we've had an accident with your combine harvester. Come on, pedal to the metal. One thing is for sure, I can't wait to get a... I know we bought a harvester and then we upgraded it, what, twice? Maybe once, but I think twice. I can't wait to actually get one that's a little bit more powerful and got probably a little bit more zip in it. Okay. We'll shoot up this side here. Yeah, we'll shoot up here. And then we'll do a header at the other end and we should be good to go then. We can set these guys off while we go and deliver the canola. Well, apologies there. Every now and then my streaming software seems to freeze during a recording. Sometimes it does it through a whole recording and I don't catch it and I have to redo the whole recording. This time it froze and I managed to save the file where it froze up to. However, all you did was miss me taking the canola to the GCHB. Rachel did a little bit of work for us and now we're back finishing the field. So I'm going to whip around and finish this field. It shouldn't take too long. Then we're going to take this sorghum down to the grain elevator. Now, grain elevator? Yeah, we haven't actually used a grain elevator before. So this is going to be interesting, to say the least. I think I want to come back this way, please. I don't want to... Although it's all uphill. It's all an uphill battle on this field. Yes, so I'm going to finish off this field. We'll do a bit of a time lapse. I'll finish off the field. Take the harvester back, then we'll pick up the tractor. And I'll meet you down at the grain elevator. Right, well, pretty painless. They've almost got 7,500 litres on the dot of sorghum just in here. So very good. We're going to have to figure out when we get down here where exactly we've got to pull up. Whether we have to go inside the... I don't think we have to go inside the animal dealer pen or yard. I think it's external of that, going straight ahead just before we can hire the train. Interesting. Interesting. What to do? I think, well, that looks like it's just out there, so that's not too bad. There is an option to harvest that field right there. And that is a wheat field, I'm sure, I think. And if we harvested that field, whatever's left over could actually be utilised for our chickens. Now, I think this is the actual driving point just here. We might actually swing in and around this way, though. Can we take a wider entrance in here? I might have to just sort of come in here and back around and do it that way. Okay. Reversing's a touch easy with the power steering too, I'll be honest. Right, I think... Oh, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't drop off there. We'd actually drop off in this point just here. No doubt. Okay, hit I. Right, hopefully that's it. If not, it is. Great, fantastic, excellent. You love to see it. Whoa, and an extra bonus. We got about the same bonus for the actual canola. Yeah, the canola. Whoa, I probably should have gone out the driveway, Ham. Yeah, I just wanted to avoid that whole intersection though. Yeah, didn't you? Right. The other cool thing about doing these couple of jobs and leaving it on 5 times speed is we're already halfway through the day. That only leaves us half a day to get all our fields prepped and ready to go to plant at the beginning of next month. Plant all our wheat. So we better get back and get cracking into our field as well. First things first. Whoa, 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 whoa! What's with these cars lately? Man. It's almost like I read that in yesterday's paper. Car will pull out in front of you at a stop sign. Not that I can talk. Sometimes I go through stop signs. But I definitely don't go through stop signs where I see a tractor driving straight past the front of it. Anyway. Enough of that. So yeah, cultivate. Then we're going to have to fertilise. We'll have to sort out the weeding stuff later. We're going to have to potentially buy some kind of a weeder. We do have herbicide there and we do have a sprayer. So that's no drama. But I'm pretty... Is that not for larger weeds? I don't know if we can use them on smaller weeds. We probably can. But I think it might be actually better to use just a weeder on the small weeds. I potentially think. I don't know if that helps increase the yield more. Or if the... yeah, if you get rid of the large weeds first. Or the small weeds first. As opposed to letting them grow into larger weeds. Okay, you first. Almost home sweet home. Then we'll hand in those jobs. And we'll, yeah, we'll go down and begin cultivating. We better check the sales as well. I think we can just leave this up here for the moment. Alright, good job. Right, I think we're almost set up down here. We just have to switch the mulcher over for the cultivator. And then we can start getting into the tucking into that field. It'll be very interesting power steering on this big hefty tractor. Right. We probably want to put you away. We don't exactly need you right now, Mr. Mulcher. Where exactly we can put you, I don't know. Potentially I'll just dump you on the other side of over here in this bushland, like where we had the plow not long ago. I'll just sort of leave you here, I think. Just there. Just sort of out of the way over here, but don't really want to make a habit of this, to be honest. Oh, it's rolling down the hill. Somebody put some brakes on that thing. It's okay, as long as it doesn't roll into the field. Okay, which way are we facing? That way. So we know last time out, once we had this by itself, it was fine, totally fine to pull. Okay. Beautiful. That's it. Right, let's just check our sales. Nothing really. Nope. I mean, there is this thing. This is no good to us, though. And I'll tell you what, that field 23 up, I'll do some saving. That's not a bad idea. But field 23, where we just finished our job up here, there's some beautiful farmlands here that would make for great vineyards. Let me tell you and give you the hot tip. Right, so while we're here, let's hand in our contracts. Collect. Lovely. Look at that. We're up to 3,872. Who would have thunk it today? Also, you probably want to lift that before you get in here. Just realized we are going to have some rock collection to do too, aren't we? Probably would have been better off plowing, but like I said, it's all new to me, so I've got to try some things over other things. The subsoiler, though, which we use as a plow, does cover the area pretty quick. So it goes without saying, this was probably a waste of money, but hey, we got to try things, don't we? I wanted to see what mulching would do, and we're going to get a first-hand look at it compared to a plowed field straight up. Actually, not a lot of rocks being churned up there, I don't think. Oh, there's some. You probably have less rocks churned up, isn't that right? That's the offset. Less rocks, more weeds. Right, like we always do, I'm going to do a bit of a header up here and get this out of the way first, I think. We'll just do our ups and backs. Yeah, I think once again, I'll get cracking into this. We'll come back and we'll get everything stone collected. Maybe I'll do the stone collection and the cultivating all in one little time lapse for you. Then we'll come back and we'll fertilize up the fields and get them ready. Rock collection proved a little bit more difficult today. I just can't keep the rocks in the bucket enough. Every time I want to come downhill, they just want to splash at me. And it just gets annoying having to readjust and adjust the bucket every time I want to change heights a little bit. So sometimes it's easier just to reverse back down and simply just scoop them back up where they are. Just like this. Bit of forward and back. One day we'll be able to afford probably a proper rock collector, I think. I think they're pretty expensive for what they are. But before we get the rock collector, I'll be getting the actual rock smasher upper, the one that converts the rock into lime. Yeah, the grinder, the gravel grinder, the gravel smasher, the gravel converter. We'll call it whatever we want. We'll call it that. Okay, so our pile is definitely, well, piling up, isn't it? Can I get any higher with that? Let's back it out. Beautiful, and let's put the bucket just here. Thank you. I'll lower it down. Lovely. And job's a good un. Job's a good un. Okay, I didn't want to do that. Okay, perfect. Right, so that's the fields pretty much ready to be fertilized. Yeah, we'll go with fertilized. Okay, so where is that fertilizer bin? It's up the top. It's up near the fence. So we'll leave the Fiat just in here for the moment, I think. Right. I bet we've got a heap of lettuces too. Lettuces, 553 litres worth. We've still got some tomatoes in there too. It's interesting. And eggs. We are doing pretty well with the eggs. Okay, plenty of eggs coming along, which is good because we're going to need some money soon. Especially if we get... nothing. A tractor in the sale. You know when you open it up every time you're like, I wonder if it's there now. So we'll use our favourite, which is exactly what it is. Where do we want to put this trailer, by the way? See if we can just back it around here. Next to... yeah, it's a bit tough. We're going down the hill. I can't quite get a good angle because of the bloody trees. Okay. Just down in that spot, please. Yeah, the trees. You know, I say it all the time, but you know I'm right. Okay, we'll put this just here. We don't need it quite at the moment. Okay, and luckily this does come with a wheel chock, so we're good to go on that. Right. And our fertilizer is just here. We just shoved that there before, so that's even better. With fertilizer in it, ready to GI Diddly-o. Okay, Flanders. Calm down. Stupid Flanders. Okay, well, I don't need it. I don't think we're lined up either very well. We could be alright. Do we get everything plugged up? PTO, cables, and everything's good to go. Lift it and shift it. Right, we've got plenty of fert in it. Okay, and just before we kick off this expedition of fertilization, I just want to come over and check our field, see what it has to say for itself. Okay, so weed growing. We need a weeder. Fertilized 22%. Okay, that's fantastic. Let's see what happens now. There's nothing I can really do about the weeds at the moment because they're not actually there, but... Okay, looks like we can fertilize our land, so let's just go up and down quickly and see if that takes it. So what's one application of pelt fertilizer is like 50%, I think, or something, or maybe it's just a little bit less. But we did have that little extra bit of fertilizer with the mulching that we did. This is where it's going to kick in, and we'll see if it all paid dividends for us later on. we'll come down here. So this is where the comparisons start to come in. Now the only, like I said, the only other thing we've got to contend with on this field after we've sown it is weeds. But that's not too bad. Bulk of the work will be done after it's been sown. Okay, we'll just get this patch up the middle. And then we'll sow our little square field. I mean, we'll fertilize our little square field. But yeah, good work today. Did I get up the back here? Looks like there's a dry spot just there. There we go. And strip down the side there that you've missed. Can't miss any strips. Even if the grass out there is getting a nice layer of fertilizer. Okay, we want a good job done on this field to get a good accurate indication whether mulching does benefit us or not. Right, there's a little patch there, Ham. Yep, we got it. Right. Now we can see that this field is at 0% fertilized. And this one is now at 50%. Right, but it already had, I swear, like 22%. Or was it 12%? I can't remember. Let's see what we end up with after this run through down here anyway. If it says 50%, the percentages might not come until down the track to the pointy end when we do the last application of fertilizer. Okay, no, I just crashed there. Once again, just proving that trees are in our way. I'll make sure I get all of this field. And another tree exactly in the way. Okay, pretty straightforward up and down here, isn't it? I'd love to buy that little bit of land just there. That would be perfect for us to build some sheds on. It's just unfortunately not our land and not for sale. Well, it is for sale. The trouble is it comes with the sale of the rest of the buildings in there, and we don't have that kind of cash in our back pocket at the moment. Okay, one last strip. And then we're all ready to go. And it's 2:40 in the afternoon, so we've done pretty well. Can put our feet up and have a cold orange juice. Ooh, I love cold oranges. I've bought some really good cold oranges for myself at the moment. I've got them in the fridge downstairs. Oh, they are so good. Seedless too, which is amazing. Right. Job is a good one. You know what it means? It means we got to wash all of our equipment. So we'll put 30 fertilizer. I'm going to put it next to the tree, but next to the rock pile just here. It's going to be outside, which I don't really want to leave. I need to get something sorted ASAP for it, I think. We can't be leaving equipment outside, but for the moment it is what it is. Okay. Get this around in the washing bay lineup. Apologies for the crazy camera work. Okay, you can park here. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been our episode today. We are ready for sowing next month. Alright, we'll move you into play as well, please. And we'll just move you back a touch. I did not want to do that. Right, so these guys are ready for washing. We'll do that shortly. Let me just check. Well, we'll do a save here. I want to check our calendar, please, because wheat is next month's agenda. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing next month. Whether or not we take on another job this afternoon, I don't think there's any contracts worth doing. There's always contracts worth doing. There's a cultivating one. I could go and accept that. That's not a bad job, you know. What field is that? 32. Yeah, that's a pretty small job. Yeah, okay. I'll consider taking that. In the meantime, you stay safe wherever you are. Thanks for joining us today. From me and the Tractors 3. Well, one's a combine harvester. Calm down here. I'm sorry. But anyway, good work today. We got some cash in the back pocket just in case. You never know what might spring up and we have to lash out and buy. You know, whether it be more herbicide or something even. We're really grimy, aren't we? Yeah, thanks for joining me on the farm once more. I'm in Van Ham. Stay safe wherever you are. Stay glued to your screen. And until next time, see you then. Bye for now.